Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Cheers. We've made it to another Friday in spring.
Another Friday. What month are we in? We're halfway through April.
I know.
Kind of crazy.
It's going to go so fast. We've got to figure out some remote streaming episodes just so we can have a life.
Yeah, we do.
Because the way driving is right now, forget about it.
Yeah. It's becoming
obnoxious.
it's becoming increasingly difficult to get here and then
Anywhere.
to work. And yeah, we're going to need some new tactics, but we have the tactics. We just have to implement the tactics.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm excited for that.
So sorry about Wednesday. That
Hey,
was my
you know what?
fault.
It happens. That is such as life. I'm not even going to sweat the small stuff.
It's literally, and I'm not going to complain about it because, you know, I love the show and I would do anything for it. But the 45-minute commute when you're
obnoxious.
almost not feeling well at 4:30 in the morning is brutal.
Not
and some
happening.
days you just wake up and you're like, I just can't do it.
It's not today.
It's just not going to happen. Especially when I know, like, and then I'm going to be not that funny and like everybody's here for my ridiculous quips, of course, and my
Right.
facial expressions. So if I'm lame, then what's the point of the show?
Exactly.
I obviously carry the whole damn thing.
Right on her back. Poor thing. Just toiling away.
I'm just wondering how long I can get away with this joke.
That's fine. You're allowed to continue on. I'll give you lots of rope to hang yourself with. It's not a problem.
I love you.
Run with it. So we've got a live episode that we are going to be doing later on this morning, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
Just because I'm trying to sneak off. The minute I'm trying to sneak off, my husband's like, so right after the show we can go. And I was like, actually, I have a conference. He's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. And then I have to record a couple of things while I'm there. So,
fine.
yeah.
We're going to do all the things.
It'll be a fun day that I'll be anticipating just having a good time.
Yeah. I'm freaking out.
And then all the people that I care not to see, she's put in the afternoon panels. So I can leave before that, which makes me happy.
We love that. No, it'll be really fun for sure. It's definitely a new thing for me. I don't do a lot of live broadcasting and
Right. And then to meet some of our industry professionals
Yeah.
as much as you can before you head off to work. That'll be cool.
it'll be very cool. I'm excited about it, but also a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I know, like, it's interesting because we build our following, right? So I'm confident because the people that come and listen to us and listen to our show and listen to the broadcast are people that are coming in and listening to us.
Active
right?
listening. Correct.
They're choosing to come listen to us. Different when you're live broadcasting, especially at a conference or at a panel. Like, people are there because they're forced to listen to you.
Then you're becoming zoo animals, and that's when it gets fun.
Yes, and now I have to figure out, like, how do I make you a listener?
Yeah.
But I can't. I'm not going to, like, change who I am or
That's my
change the
favorite part
show.
of walking into a show, no matter what it is I'm doing, whether I'm doing a live broadcast, whether I'm doing an event, whether I'm doing a trivia night or whatever, is to walk into a space and have people want absolutely nothing to do with me. And by the time it's over, we're like best friends.
Yeah.
Where can I get you? Can I have a sticker? Can we have a good time?
Yeah.
Just because it's that energy that
Yeah.
you bring to that live component where people can't help but get sucked in because it's fun.
And I am so grateful and excited. I mean, like, you and I have been working together for over 2 years now,
Yeah,
which is
it's crazy.
crazy. And you were my first experience with radio.
Yeah.
Through the college,
Well,
too.
thankfully, it was a good one.
And it was like through
Still
Zoom.
here.
It was like basically a phone call. And at the end of the phone call, you were like, I'm going to keep you. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And now here we are 2 years later.
Right.
And you work with so many different people. You have so many different voices that you use and so many different personalities. And you have people coming in on your morning show constantly. And you've kind of adopted me as like your regular. And it's so fun for me, you know, to be in these experiences. You have so many people that you work with, and to be, you know, the person that you're like, no, we're going to do the broadcast. I'm like, okay, are you sure?
Yeah, because
But
I don't
also
have to
really
worry
fun.
about you. You'll handle yourself. I feel like there's
Oh,
a
that's what it
certain
is.
magic.
Not because I'm good at this, but because you're like, I don't have to
great,
stress
but
about
that's it. But
Yeah.
that's why I don't have to stress about it,
Yeah.
because you're bringing yourself to other people, which is awesome, because I know you're not normally like that in other facets of your life. But I'm glad that you found an area in which you can be that.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
I'm a complete. I like go home and read my book and sit by myself, and then I come into the studio and I'm like, "What's up, everybody?"
I know everyone
It's
out there, even you know where you shine or where you feel the most comfortable, and you just are your natural self, and everything clicks. It's like you know when you have that moment, and I can see it for other people. Perfect, clear as day. Never for myself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's one of my gifts.
yeah.
And I just knew that you definitely belong doing more of this.
It's fun
in this fashion,
and it's going to be very fun going back to the college to do it.
Yeah, right.
You know,
especially since you didn't even get to broadcast there because of COVID during the time.
I was taking a class in COVID, and part of it was like learning to write public service announcements, and then suddenly I was with you on Cape Cod Community College radio station, and then after that we were on air, and it was just it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Now we have podcasts. I don't know what's happening.
Whirlwind. It's been a lot of fun. So welcome if you're just joining us. They're like, what the hell is happening here? What are these two idiots talking about? We got a lot to talk about today.
Should we get into what's roasting?
Let's do it.
All right. So right off the bat, we're just going to address it right away because it's breaking news. Well, it was breaking news yesterday, technically. But Jamie Foxx on the mend. Apparently something happened to him. We don't even know. At the time that this was coming out and we were recording, we don't know what happened. We have no information. But his daughter, Corinne, issued a statement on Instagram revealing that the actor is recovering after facing a medical complication. We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family is asking for privacy during this time. Can we just rip this to shreds? Because all of this bothers me.
Yep. Yeah. It sounds like he had a stroke.
Nobody would have known. You're asking for privacy, but literally nobody would have known if you didn't put out a statement on Instagram, which then got picked up by people in E! News and TMZ and all of them.
Yeah.
And
I
all
had
the
this
followers.
happen in my real life last week.
What do you mean? We're that famous?
No. I'm just saying a situation like this where no one would have known the difference to not bother you in your privacy. But my mother decided to send a group chat to every single human in my family because we had a personal tragedy in our family.
Yeah.
That my mother felt the need to, they'll be, accepting your prayers and thoughts, but leave them be. And I'm like, what the absolute...
Like, everybody was leaving me.
Ma?
Everybody was leaving me alone before, but thank you.
Seriously, I didn't need this shit right now. I just didn't need it. And so I don't know whether she was asked to make that statement. It's vague booking. It's like when you put like, pray for me going in for something and everyone's like, what's wrong?
Is it Botox or are you getting a reconstruction?
Can we just, if we're going to make a statement, just be like, these are the facts. He fell off a cliff. He, broke his leg off.
Or, the only other thing I can think of is that maybe there's paparazzi outside. But that being said, if there's paparazzi outside,
but if you just address what happened and then say, leave us alone, or don't talk about it at all until it leaks.
And my thought was, if it was going to leak and there was paparazzi outside, it would have leaked already because he apparently went into the hospital on Tuesday. And now the news broke on Thursday, thanks to an Instagram post. Like, if there's paparazzi following him from his house, news would have broke on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So why are we talking about it?
I don't know. Or is this a publicity thing? We're jaded. We don't believe anything anymore.
No.
Maybe something is not selling for him and they need to drum up some publicity to see
Maybe he's not even in the hospital. Maybe nothing even happened.
We don't know. I that's the stuff that bothers me.
Actually, we don't even know if he is in the hospital. It just says recovering on Tuesday after facing a medical complication. He's probably sitting in bed like, I had a sniffle. I said he probably sprained his wrist.
So help me God, if it's something lame, Jamie Foxx, we're never going to believe this. We are all suffering from the boy who cried wolf syndrome.
Yeah.
We don't believe it.
And if it is something a big deal, I am so sorry for you, and I feel really bad. Give me a minute to believe it because this
it's like going back to the Jeremy Renner thing. We're like, wait a minute, how bad is it? And then we were like, oh my God, it's bad. It's real bad.
But
because I popped out of the socket. Bad.
That's
what?
Crazy.
That really happened. I read that. I was like, oh, I knew I should have watched that Diane Sawyer.
I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't watch it because my friend RTB was like, oh God, why are we going to watch the Diane Sawyer thing? He's alive, obviously. And I'm like, apparently you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's really bad though.
And he's got some new stupid show that's about to come out now, Renovations.
I'm sure they're capitalizing on it, but also at the same time, like,
it was already going to happen.
Died,
right.
So, okay.
We didn't say go get mowed over by your snowblower to the point where your eye fell out.
He was saving his niece, right?
Yes, niece,
Can we
nephew.
stop? We're just moving on from that part.
I can't.
I
Sorry.
didn't even know that was like that could happen. Like past like Looney Tunes. I didn't know that could happen.
Wait, that happens in real life. We're just gonna
And you just like
put
pop
that
it back in
there.
Like, it's got to be more
Blech.
complicated, right? Don't you have to like can reconstruct yours?
I don't know what the ocular
Listen.
situation is here.
Doctors are literally incredible, but like again, past Looney Tunes, I didn't know that was possible.
No,
so.
right? That was one of those things. So we're going to start and say it here. Can you please identify the condition and then move on so we're not having these conversations?
And also, like, can you imagine being Jamie Foxx's team? Like, do we need to make a statement considering what just happened to Pedro Pascal? Like, that needed a statement. Do we need a statement for a sprained wrist? Ooh.
That's okay. We don't need it. No.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Now we need to know. Now we are not going to give you privacy because we need to know.
Yeah, I just feel like that was the surefire way to make sure that everybody wanted to know what was happening.
Right. That bothers me so much.
Okay, we're moving on. All right. Millie Bobby Brown is engaged.
I have strong feelings about this.
We have strong feelings about things.
Yeah,
always.
that's our episode.
But-
Strong feelings.
That we don't get to say on air, so we film ourselves and stuff. Yeah,
Way
me
too young.
She's 19.
Way too young.
She has barely lived. I'm hoping it's like an engagement that lasts 5 years.
Speaking from someone who is married at 17, I just
Oh my God, I keep forgetting that.
it's so. My daughter's going to be 17 in 2 weeks, and I laughed. I was like, "That is okay."
And your parents just let you?
Yeah, well, it was like family things. Times were different, okay? I'm not that old either. However, it was like one of those.
I still question all my friends who are in their 30s. Like, we're old enough to get married? Like, do we feel in general mature enough to make this
right when I'm
lifelong
having
decision?
my second marriage at 23.
Crazy.
I know. And then I felt like I was 105.
Don't feel mature enough to get married now.
So please, young love, I know it's wonderful and you have all of the things and both of you are wealthy and both of you are
the trouble
fine.
Is that they've got the ability to stabilize themselves, and a lot of reasons people don't get married really young is because they're still establishing themselves in their career and their lives. So what's the argument when you're not, besides your brain is fully
you were a
developed?
show pony for a little while and you feel like you're older than your actual years.
Yeah.
Because you were
Thank you,
forced
show pony.
to, well, I mean,
True. I mean, that's one way to look about it.
you were
yeah.
forced to adult faster than most people.
Chose to, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a little
I
bit
chose
forced
to
it
adult
sometimes.
faster
Yeah.
than most people. So I do understand wanting to start your life and being there.
And
But I'm
I
like,
also
so
think about
young,
like
so
at
young.
19.
I wasn't even a person until I was 25, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't tell
It
them
seems
that.
like a fever dream
You can't tell them that.
prior to.
Especially when she posted about it and the caption was Taylor Swift lyrics,
Oh.
which was kind of cute, but also like, well, okay.
I don't know.
Met you 3 summers, had you 3 summers, now and baby, I want them all. Was the
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
Love the song. I appreciate the reference.
Lover, right?
Yes. Totally get it. Here for actually not my favorite album, but regardless, love it. Here for it. Just
19 and 20, I feel like is too young, but
if you want to be
whatever.
engaged, fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But like, just don't put in ink. Just don't sign the paperwork for like another 5 or 6 years.
That's it. An extremely long engagement. Good luck to you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure when you're that much in love and you've been together forever, and you want to, there's a, and you're established, there's maybe that desire to take the relationship to the next level, to establish the fact that it's more than just a boyfriend, because that's how you feel. But that doesn't necessarily mean you need to like. I just think,
maybe they want
where's
kids.
That, what's that?
I don't know. Maybe they're in a rush for life. There are some people that are.
My brain just, I'm like, what? I just think about like Little Mermaid in that scene where she signs her voice away and she just goes like,
Oh my. That's good, Tori.
that's how it feels. That'll be
Marriage
me.
isn't quite like that.
I'm pretty sure it'll feel like that for me.
Probably why
at
you're not ready
any
for
age.
it right now.
It's gonna feel like that for me at any age. just
There's a
close your
little
eyes
bit
and
of
sign
that, but not much.
it. Close your eyes and sign it after the prenup. Oh, okay. Speaking of Taylor Swift, people are running with this. And
what?
I feel bad.
The new man in town?
No, there's no new man. She's doing her thing. But haven't you seen all of the like ads and the funny jokes and like everybody just takes her breakups and like just they make a sensation out of them, and I feel bad.
Well, it was lacking in the breakup department for a while, so maybe she needs a new breakup album.
True, but I just didn't think fine.
Fans are like,
but
okay, let's get it done.
Sure, but that's her own expression of her breakup.
That's her
I'm talking
brand.
about like Duolingo making a commercial out of it on Instagram, and the quote being, making my final pilgrimage to Cornelia Street after my condolences. Like, well, okay, Duolingo, why are you entering the chat?
Everyone's entering the chat. Gambling websites are offering odds on Taylor Swift's next boyfriend.
It's awful. Can you imagine being that girl, though?
Just please, for the love of all that is holy, not let it be Pete Davidson. Can we not let it be Pete Davidson?
I would be here for that for a hot minute.
Oh, no.
Just for the story.
No.
Especially because, like, Harry Styles and Emily Ratajkowski and Pete Davidson, or even Taylor Swift and Emily Ratajkowski. I don't know. Like, bring it all on.
Those are the odds on next best favors. Pedro Pascal, he's way too old.
Too old. Not gonna go.
Drake, actor Scott Eastwood.
I don't know. Drake would be kind of badass.
And Scott Eastwood.
Especially because there's so much, sorry, I keep talking over you. But there's so much crap going on behind the scenes between Kim and Drake.
Yeah.
That, like, I would love, like, a Drake and Taylor moment.
Oh, my God. Why? So Kanye can absolutely lose his damn mind.
He already is. He's already so far gone, guys.
I don't even know. And then they're saying Scott Eastwood, who starred in Taylor's Wildest Dreams video. Those are the odds-on favorites.
Yeah, just because he was beautiful.
Yeah, well, and then there's like the regular Hollywood it list of single men. Bradley Cooper.
No.
Too old. Michael B. Jordan. I could see that. Milo Ventimiglia, Brad Pitt. These are all old. Trevor Noah.
Yeah, but the Milo.
Dylan O'Brien. They're old.
Yeah, but like Gilmore Girls?
Or a Hemsworth. I could see a Hemsworth.
I think, no.
Is there one signal?
I don't think that there would be enough room in those relationships for Taylor to be Taylor. I think Taylor needs like a literal nobody. I think she needs like a businessman, beau, somebody running a Fortune 500 something who like knows how to run a business that can respect her perspective on what she's doing with her empire, but
Possibly.
has no interest in being in the limelight. Like doesn't want to go to red carpets, doesn't want, like, will do it when he's asked. Will do it when he's forced to, but doesn't have a name.
Look at this one. She's writing the novel as we speak.
Like doesn't have any personal agenda in the limelight.
Yeah, I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to like share the red carpet with somebody where like then they both take individual photos. He's like, you guys don't need a fucking photo of me. Like she's the thing. Okay,
Yeah,
great,
right.
let's move on. That's what I want for her.
All right. Yeah, I could see that. It's a good match there.
I just also feel like Starbucks should not have signs that are naming drink orders after her exes, because I just feel bad.
It's awkward.
Joe Jonas as their dragon drink.
Oh, I forgot about
Harry
him.
Styles as the hot vanilla latte, and Tom Hiddleston as the London fog, and Joe Alwyn as the hot chai with oat milk. I mean, like, kind of funny, but also at the same time,
They're perfect.
I don't disagree with it. However,
They're never missing a moment to market themselves in some sort of fashion.
I just feel like if
For that, I raise my latte to you, Starbucks.
all of these industries don't need to like create marketing platforms on some poor girl's dating life.
Or do they?
I just think
I
it's
get
rude.
it. Taylor Swift is different. She's put herself on the open market for fodder since the beginning.
I guess. I don't know. I just think like if it was like to walk as personally in a small town where everybody knows you and everybody has an opinion, to walk into a bar and for everybody to have an opinion on who you've dated, miserable. Can you imagine what it's like walking through life and being like, I can't even go to fucking Starbucks without somebody reminding me how many people I've goddamn dated.
Yeah. Well, fans demanded they remove it, and apparently Starbucks did remove the sign.
I think Duolingo.
Although I thought it was kind of clever.
It was clever, but like, all right, whatever. Everybody, I see you. More Taylor Swift news. Did you see the thing about Nick Cannon saying he would have a kid with Taylor Swift?
I did. Why?
I just had to throw it in there because we always talk about Nick Cannon. I'm all in, he equipped.
He is trying to populate
Mind you,
the
he
world.
did say it on the Howard Stern podcast, so take that with a grain of salt. But first of all, she's an amazing songwriter. What I do love about Taylor Swift is that she has been vulnerable and open with all of her music. He went on to note that he and Taylor have very similar dating experiences when it comes to having their love lives make headlines. Sir, it is not the same. If you are not having Starbucks drinks named after your ex-boyfriends, it is not the same.
No, not close.
And how many exes do you actually have, Nick Cannon? Because currently they're all your baby mamas. Well, so I would not call them really exes of any kind. You still deal with them.
Oh, no, he's got a lot of exes, too. He's been busy in his lifetime.
Well, you don't say. I think she would relate to me very well. I love that. I think she would relate to me very well. Tell us you have an ego without telling us you have an ego. Tell us how self-centered you are. Not, I could relate to Taylor.
I love it.
I love how much she could relate to me. Oh, my God.
I'm here for it. Nick Cannon, you're ridiculous.
No, nobody's here for him.
I'm just wondering when it's going to stop or if this in motion
it won't.
Of the ocean for him continues.
I just want to know if he's friends with Elon Musk and if they are in this weird, like, have a bunch of babies
I feel
cult.
like it's a cult.
Yeah, that's what I think, too.
I feel like they're raising the next generation of brainiac wizards. I don't know.
Not with Nick Cannon's brain.
I don't know. He's smart. He's an entrepreneur. He's got a lot of...
How much is it him and how much is a team?
He's got talent.
Where?
He's a musician. He's a comedian. He's actually pretty smart.
All I know him from is from having a bunch of kids.
Well, there's more to Nick Cannon than that.
All right,
he's been around.
Even
Mariah's ex, okay? That's his number one ex right there.
Yeah, but people are going to hate me.
She chose to have twins.
One song.
She chose to have twins with them.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing over there, but I'm very curious.
Moving on to a couple of fun, dumb little stories. Arnold Schwarzenegger filled a pothole in his own neighborhood.
I believe that. Didn't Rod Stewart do the same thing in his neighborhood?
Which I think is all well and good until you tweet about it and you post videos on it. If you're having your team take videos of it, like, clout.
No, see, Rod Stewart actually did it himself. Like, he put on the vest and got out in his neighborhood and was, like, doing it with the construction workers.
Perfect.
Which is why he got the accolades and photos of it.
Perfect.
Because he was actually in action doing something.
Yeah,
it wasn't
this is like a
let
little...
me hire a photo team to follow me around. I feel like Schwarzenegger was more of that.
Yeah, it was clearly like his assistant being like, hold on, this is funny. Let me take a video and post it on Twitter. And he's got, like, a shovel out and he's like, tap, 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 tap on the tar.
Like, you didn't do anything.
Okay.
You just called the team that refilled the hole.
Today, after the whole neighborhood has been upset about this giant pothole that's been screwing up cars and bicycles for weeks. Weeks? Have you ever been to Cape Cod? Because, like, we've shit that's been here for years.
This is where we live.
We could use you over here.
Thank you.
I went out with my team and fixed it. Your assistant and your publicist? I always say, let's not complain. Let's do something about it. Here you go. I mean, wasn't he the governor? So, like.
Yeah. The governor. Yes, he was.
Another really funny story. Did you see the video of Rainn Wilson on the plane and somebody next to him was he was wearing like a hat and a mask on the plane and he's sitting in like, I don't know, not quite first class, but one of those nice business classes.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there on his flight and the guy next to him is mask off, eating and watching The Office. And his comment was like, this guy doesn't even know he's sitting next to the real Dwight Schrute.
That's hysterical.
I was like, I fucking love that.
I would be so... can you imagine watching that go viral somewhere and then all of a sudden you see you being a dummy?
Yeah. Like, holy shit,
that
that's
would so
me.
be me. I'm so oblivious to the world around me.
Airplane pasta. You know what I mean?
Disgusting.
Just watch The Office. He's probably like on a business trip. Or maybe like going to visit his, long distance girlfriend.
Awesome.
Whatever it is. He happens to be on the plane.
Did he tell him on the way out? I wonder.
I don't know.
I'm so curious.
I don't know. But it's a really funny video if you can find it.
I'm a fan.
The camera just like, he looks at his face and then it like looks at this guy who's like eating, like staring at the television. And you see like Dwight pop up on the screen and say something funny and like the scene go on and then he pans the camera back to Rainn
and something that would definitely happen to me because I never pay attention to the world around me. Sometimes I'm off in my own little land.
Oh, funny.
My husband's like, are you not watching that? And I'm like, oh, what? Oh.
That's all I got for Friday.
Well, content recommendations.
Oh, yeah, content recs. You go first because I got to think about it for a second.
Well, everyone has been talking about the show Beef.
What the frick is that?
It's got Ali Wong in it, and it's about a road rage scenario that just escalates, and it escalates badly. And I've watched the first two back and forths because it starts off kind of slow, and I'm like, I had it on while I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
The new.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what shows could I watch in?
while I'm sitting there glued to my phone anyway. So I started watching it like that, and then I stopped down for the scenes in which they're, being rotten to each other. It's Glenn from Walking Dead. Anyway, he pops up, and the two of them hate each other, and they're fighting each other over whatever it is. And it escalates from there, and everyone's talking about it. All of my friends, all of my artist friends, Ted Murphy, oh, you got to see this show, Beef. I'm like, it's bad. And then so-and-so, oh, you got to see this show, Beef. It's not good. So I'm telling you, go watch it because everybody's talking about it, but I don't think it's great.
Okay. All right.
It's not my content recommendation. My content recommendation is don't watch it and tell people it's bad.
We're doing the actual opposite of what we normally do.
Content
for
recommendation.
This. Okay. All right.
Don't waste your time with it. I want to save people the time that I wasted because I tried to rewatch it again last night with my husband and it was just as bad.
Okay, do you have a real content rec or just the anti?
No, I'm an anti-content recommendation because I wasted my time for what I wanted to watch this week with something good. It wasn't that. Also, there was another one, Level 13 or something like that. A girlfriend of mine had said on Apple TV. Not good. Stop wasting my time with these bad recommendations.
I'm just go off. Like, I'm just going to sit here and sip my coffee and let you go off.
Done now. My time is precious. Don't waste it with your shitty shows.
God.
Mama doesn't have time for this.
Well, now I feel weird following that up with like an actually.
No, do something good.
I don't have anything good though.
See, then you have an anti-recommendation as well.
No, it's not anti-recommendation, but I have been watching The Circle on Netflix, or it's a reality show.
I watched like the first season.
Yeah, so I have not watched several seasons, but a friend of mine is injured and he just had surgery and he can't do any of the things that he normally likes to do.
Yeah.
So he has gotten back into reality TV, and I got a text from him one day that was like, you need to watch The Circle, so I have somebody to talk about this with. And I was like, okay. So now we have
Is that how we watch shows?
Yeah, just about. So we've both caught up, and I think we both have to watch the finale. We've been trying to find a time to like watch it at the same time. Cute like that. But it's pretty good. I got into the characters more than I anticipated I would this time. It's really interesting if you've never seen it. It's on Netflix. And the idea is that you have a whole cast that lives in these individual apartments, and they all create, it's essentially like a Facebook profile or like an Instagram profile, a social media profile. It can either be really them or it can be fake. Yeah. And then at the end of a few days, they do games, they talk in the chat, and at the end of a few days, you rank people, and you try to get rid of the people that are fake. And you basically like rank each other, and you go, there's eliminations along the way, and at the end somebody wins like the money in the circle based on like how good you are at social media, it's an interesting concept. I think it's kind of created this culture on its own because it's not really totally representative of what social media is like, but like it kind of is. It's kind of like a funny take. But it's pretty good. And I still have to watch the finale, so I don't have any spoilers for you. But if you're into like trash reality TV, this is a good one. It's mindless. It's another good one you can like scroll on your phone while watching, which we love.
Yeah, we're a fan of those.
Yeah,
ones.
and enough episodes where you don't blow through the season. 13 or 14 or so.
My brain is on vacation right now, so
okay.
But I just dislike when critics say, "Oh, this is the best show of the year." It's terrible.
I've actually felt that way about a lot of stuff. Like everything that comes up that has won Emmys in the last couple of years. I'm
questioning myself.
I can't. Like I
know my taste is good.
People love Family Guy. Can't stand it.
Hot take.
Yeah, can't stand it. Adult cartoons do not work in my brain.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. My family is Futurama and South Park and all of that. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I can't do it.
I don't get it.
People love them, though.
I know. Even The Simpsons, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it. I totally can't do it.
It doesn't bother me if it's on, but I'm not choosing it.
What's the other one everybody's obsessed with right now?
I do like Bob's Burgers,
This Is Us? Is that right? This Is Us?
I don't know that one.
No. Maybe I'm mixing up the one with
The Last
Milo
of Us
in it and the zombie one. Both of those, actually.
We're going to go before we stop saying more words. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The First Shot Morning Show. Stephanie in the morning. Tori talks a lot.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.